So this is a little video of how we test the CruzPro instruments that we manufacture here in New Zealand. This is one of those instruments. It's called a VAH65. It's a battery monitor that monitors 3 different battery banks for voltage and 1 house bank for amps and amp hours remaining. The computer that in there, the test board, and the little computer that's in there have a keyboard and a VGA display hooked up to it, and when you turn it on it lists all the various programs that you can run. It also has a few other features. If you want to actually just turn the power on, you can hit the plus or the equals key and it turns the power on the instruments, or you can hit the minus key and it turns the power off. You can also enter an S for to look for a product by data. Test data by serial number. It'll ask you what product, and then it'll ask you for the serial number. In this case, it's one that I did yesterday, and it comes up with the test data. All the data that's created or tested on these products is saved into a file. So we'll go ahead and run this test program for the VAH65. I may have to set the video camera down to enter some of this information. So it asks you for your initials and it asks you for the serial number. So in this case I'll use 2006 19001, today's date. And down here it tells you what to do. It gives the tester some indications. You're supposed to hook it up, hold down all 3 of the keys, and then press the space bar. So I'm going to set down this video camera for a second. So it started testing. It's measured the current at 13 volts. It's measured the current at 25 volts, and then it tells me to press the center key for half a second. So it's measured, it's checking now. It's turned off the power and it's checking to see if the backlight stayed off, so that verifies that the non-volatile memory is working. It's just finished testing the serial output data, the NMEA data, and it's asked me, does the LCD look alright? And obviously it looks okay, so just answer yes. Press the V key and then press the space bar. Use the up and down keys to make the LCD read 13.5 volts, so it's actually calibrated quite closely. So it just saves that information. Now press the V key to measure battery volts too, and it's going to actually get that information off the serial data, so I don't actually have to enter anything. I tell it to look for it, and then looking at battery voltage 3, and again to get that off of the serial data coming out of the machine. Quick press the A key to put it into the amps mode, and after the reading is stable, hold it down for 10 seconds till you get a long beep. This test takes about 60 seconds, so I'll have a chance to say a few more words once it starts. It's auto zeroing. Like I said, that takes about 60 seconds. So all of this data that you see on the screen is saved into a data file, and it just keep by serial number, by date, by time, and the person testing it, so that we have a record of every product that we've built. We have a record of the test data, and we can look that up by the serial number. This test is one of the longer tests because of the auto zero time taking about a minute, so the whole test is going to run a little over 2 minutes. It would probably be a little faster if I wasn't videoing it. Okay, and it has zeroed, so I can say, hold the A key, press the space bar. Now we're going to calibrate the ammeter. It says to adjust it to minus 258 plus or minus 2. And it's done, and then hit the space bar. So now it's measuring the positive current, looking, make sure everything's working properly, it's linear. And again, it'll read that information off of the NMEA data, so I don't have to enter it. And it's correct. And now we're going to set it back up the way it should be with the backlights fully on. Set it to volts, so that's the way the instrument will come up the next time it's turned on. And we can either start another unit or we can stop. If we start another unit, it just asks for the serial number and goes on again. If we stop, it goes back to the main menu, which lists all the different products that we can run. So now I could look at the serial. I could look at the data here. Search for the data. It's a VAH65. And the test data we just did was 2006-1901. And there's the data that we just measured off this instrument. So that's it.